Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Harry's Half Hour, the little weekly entertainment news sort of spin-off podcast hosted by me, your pal Harry D. Now, not only is this the latest episode, it's also the last episode of 2021. I know, it's absolutely mad, isn't it? This is probably only like episode 13 or something. I did start this, to be fair, not that long ago, but we are... we're wrapping it all up for the year now. It's been a pretty good one for us. If you want to listen to, how it's been and how it's all gone, check out the latest episode of the main podcast. I was joined with my good friend Mr. Callum Hamby, and we sort of went through the biggest news stories, the biggest sort of things that happened in 2021. And we also sort of looked ahead to 2022 as well. Now, if you listen to that episode... you'll know that I basically said that I was having my good friend Mr. 7thrty back for a little bit of a Q&A sort of thing. He is coming back, don't worry. However, it's a bit of a weird one this week because our schedules aren't working so well. So what I've decided to do is to record this half, which is sort of the news half, and then we are going to record the interviewee half with him a bit later on, and I'm going to put it in the end of this episode. Well, I say the end. It's going to be like the second half of the episode, so it's going to be like a weird passage of time for me, but not really anything for you. So, we're going to get straight into it, and once again, the interview with 7thrty is coming. Just hold on. First bit of news, it's music news. Reading and Leeds Festival announced their lineup. A lot of fans are saying that it is the best lineup in years. Now, I'm not really a festival kind of guy. I would much rather spend my money on going to see, one band. It's cheaper for one. I've never been the sort of guy to splash, hundreds of pounds on camping in a boggy field and watching, loads of bands or loads of acts. Although a lot of people that I know that do that say that it's it's fantastic, it's amazing, and I'm sure it is. Another one of the reasons is because there's never really that many acts on at a festival that I can sort of justify spending that sort of money on. Maybe early 2000s, maybe, but not so much these days. Anyway. Loads of music fans are really happy because bands like Arctic Monkeys, Bring Me the Horizon, Little Sims, and Rage Against the Machine have all been confirmed to be headlining. And it's like early days. They only released this poster with all these acts on it. I think maybe today or yesterday. So we're talking 8th or 7th of December. So there's more to come. Loads of people are really happy with that. Personally, not a fan of... Apart from Little Sims, which I've spoke about in a previous podcast, not really a fan of any of those acts. Rage Against the Machine, yeah, they've got a few songs I really like, but a bit too sort of openly political for me. I know that Tom Morello and those guys, Tom Morello being the guitar player from Rage Against the Machine, really, voicing his sort of opinions on politics quite loud all the time, and if you don't know anything about what he's talking about, it's kind of a little bit annoying. But yeah, I do like Little Sims. Not such a big fan of Bring Me the Horizon or Arctic Monkeys, to be honest. Next little bit of music news. Kylie Minogue, Australia's own Kylie Minogue, is back in the studio working on a new album. I haven't listened to a Kylie Minogue album since the one with Spinning Around on it. That was probably quite a while ago. Couldn't say exactly when. Not the biggest fan, to be honest. But this was popping up a lot on all my sort of, all my sources where I get my news information from. And I think the last album she did was an album called Disco. And I think it did reasonably well. I imagine she's probably got a whole lot of fans out there still. So yeah, Kylie Minogue. Don't know if you're happy that she's back in the studio, but I imagine we're going to be having new music from Kylie soon. So yeah, sounds good. Now, I may have just blasted through those last couple of news stories fairly quickly, but it's because I was getting to this. the biggest bit of news for me this week, music news this is ABBA related. Anyone who knows me and listens to the podcast will know I talk about ABBA all the time. I'm pretty sure I spoke about them at length in the last big podcast. Excuse me for sniffing, by the way. I'm still fighting this cold. Yeah, it's a real pain. But basically, ABBA are in the news because they are suing a tribute act from London, actually. They're suing a tribute act called ABBA Mania. Now, the reason why they are is because ABBA Mania are using words such as official and original when it comes to describing their act. They're saying that they are like the official ABBA tribute act and, the original ABBA tribute. And basically, ABBA are saying, well, hang on a minute, you're making it sound like we are sort of endorsing you and that you're related to us, sort of, as an act. Now, you can see why ABBA, being like the sort of mega money machine that they are, like, they don't want to get involved with anything like that, with any tribute acts or anything. So they, I think they basically offered the band, they got in touch with the band, and they offered them the opportunity to basically take these down, to stop calling themselves the official ABBA tribute. And this band ABBA Mania basically were like, hell no, we won't do that. And so ABBA are suing them. Now, I would not want to be getting sued by ABBA, so big that they didn't need to release any music for 40 years. That's how much sort of money they're still making from their like back catalogue of tracks. ABBA are calling them parasitic, which obviously is really not a nice word. It just goes to show how they sort of are feeling about them. Like this tribute band are basically leeching off of the fame of ABBA, like thinking that obviously fans are going thinking that, oh, like this is a group that maybe ABBA themselves have put together, or like they must be good because they're promoting them when actually they're nothing to do with them. So yeah, big news, ABBA suing a tribute band from London. I will keep you posted on that because I want to sort of follow this story as it develops as well. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on that one. Movie news now. Shang Chi 2 is in the works with the director of the first one, Destin Daniel. Now, I don't know what you thought of Shang-Chi. It's a bit of a weird one because it came out with not much sort of... Like, it just sort of came out. And I don't think people were expecting very much from it. But it was really good. Like, I don't know what you think of it. Let me know. Send an email, dudewutpodcast@gmail.com. And let me know what you think of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I thought it was really good. The choreography and the fight scenes in it are the best fight scenes that we've had in Marvel films. Like it heavily took inspiration from those original, martial arts films. And it took inspiration massively from like Chinese culture and things, which I thought was really cool. I don't know, I just thought it was a great film. It brought back Trevor Slattery, who is a character that people hated. He was in Iron Man 3 as the sort of the fake Mandarin. But I really liked him then, and I like him now, so, that's pretty good. Yeah, so the second one is in the works, which is sort of expected, I mean... I think that even though it, like as I said, it's just sort of came and went, it did actually perform pretty well, and I think it's not in any of my movie news this week, but I think it's getting nominated for some things, maybe some awards and things. So yeah, by all accounts, people enjoyed Shang-Chi. So yeah, Shang-Chi 2. I thought it was pretty good how they handled that whole Mandarin thing. If you've watched the Marvel films, by the way, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, you'll have no clue. But let's just say that you have. So I think it was pretty good how they handled the Mandarin thing, making it just sort of putting their own spin on it for the best. Because as sort of comic book historians will know, the Mandarin is a stereotype of a character, and not really what you can put out there today. So I'm sort of glad they did what they did and went a different route with it. Next little bit of news. Now, spoiler alert here for the latest James Bond film. Again, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen No Time to Die, starring Daniel Craig, like, skip ahead. Skip ahead, like, 3 minutes, just to be safe. Okay? Right, we're getting into it. So, at the end of the latest Bond film, James Bond gets blown the hell up by a shit ton of missiles. Now, everyone, when I saw it in the cinema, at like the big IMAX, everyone was like, oh, what the hell? Like, it's the first time they've killed off James Bond. Really good, really great ending to the Daniel Craig, the Daniel Craig story of Bond is now this self-contained story, which was great. However, Barbara Broccoli, who is now the head of the Broccoli family, who've been, they've been related to the Bond films since the beginning, since Dr. No, 1962, I want to say. She basically she's done an interview. She's been talking about how they could bring Bond back, because although there's no end credit scene where, Daniel Craig is in a hospital or something, it does pop up and say James Bond will return at the end, which has fans thinking, okay, so what are they going to do? Are they going to hard reboot this whole thing? New Bond, new actors, new everything? Are they going to soft reboot it, like new 007 in the same world or something? Well, Barbara Broccoli has been talking about how Bond could return. Now, she's basically said that it would be so easy for them to just say, so Bond got hit by a load of missiles, but he got blown back, and I think a direct quote from her was that he spent 9 months in hospital, but now he's okay, kind of thing. So they could do that. They will, he managed to hide or just something. I mean, it's a weird one, because in the film you don't see him literally physically die, but you do see the island he's on get completely blown to hell, and you see him get engulfed in a white light. So they're saying he could have been blown back. He could have been basically disfigured or something, so that he might need surgery, which could lead to him becoming the new actor, which I think would be kind of cool, because they've spent years now building this world up that these films are set in, and it seems like it would be a bit of a shame to reboot it at this point. We just started to really like Q as a character and M as a character. Moneypenny's coming into her own, as well as the character that Lashana Lynch, who is 007 in the film. That's kind of confusing if you haven't seen it, but again, if you haven't seen it, you shouldn't really be listening to this bit. So, now the next thing they've said, the other way they could bring it back, is they could continue the role with Bond's daughter. So, if you've seen the film, you know that at the end, it's revealed that Bond has had a daughter with Madeline Swan, and, she's got his eyes and everything. And at the end of the film, Madeline Swan is driving away, and she's like, let me tell you about your father, let me tell you about a man called James Bond. They're saying, what if she's grown up and she's out for revenge, basically. So we're talking a female Bond that isn't Bond, her own character. I think they even said, what about if that's a character that Florence Pugh could play? Now, I think Florence Pugh has been in a lot of things, but one of the most recent things she's been in was the Black Widow film, the recent Black Widow. So, and she was pretty badass in that. She played Natasha Romanoff's younger sister, and obviously the person that's going to become the new Black Widow that they're so clearly setting up. But yeah, that would be very cool if the daughter took over. I sort of hope that happens, actually. I think that would be very cool. Next little bit of movie news. Actor Chloe Grace Moretz, or Moretz, I know I've just said that the same twice, actually. Chloe Grace Moretz, I hope I'm saying that right. She has been in loads of things. Quite a well-known young... I'd say young. Quite a well-known actress. Probably best known for playing Hit Girl in the Kick-Ass series. She has announced that she would be interested in coming back to the franchise and starring in Kick-Ass 3 if, quote, the situation was perfect. Let me know what you think of Kick-Ass, the Kick-Ass films. I gotta say, like, I'm not familiar with the comic. It's obviously based on a comic, being a superhero thing. I'm not familiar with it, but I really enjoyed the films. I thought that Nicolas Cage was fantastic in it. And, the whole cast was really good. Hit Girl easily is the coolest character. Pretty sure I had a poster. I had a poster of a few of the characters, actually, when I was younger. But yeah, an absolutely badass character, and it would be very cool to see her return. So, I don't know what she means by the situation being perfect. Maybe she means, like, if most of the cast came back, and maybe if it went to the same director or someone, I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you think of the Kick-Ass films. Send an email, dudewutpodcast@gmail.com. Trailers now. The first little trailer, there's only two. The first little trailer was the latest Spider-Man trailer. So, not Spider-Man like the film that comes out in a few days. Spider-Man as in the Into the Spiderverse animated Spider-Man. That film was really, really good. If you're listening to this and you haven't seen Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse, I thoroughly recommend that you watch that film. Really, really good. The animation was amazing. The art style was amazing. There's so many little things in that film that it requires a second watch, basically. It's that good. And that's coming from me, someone who doesn't really like the whole Spider-Verse thing, I'll be honest. However, this new film is called Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And the trailer looks really cool. It's sort of hard to describe what happened in it because it's so colourful, it's so artistic. But it looks like it's basically the main standout thing from the trailer is that our main character Miles Morales, who is sort of like the main Spider-Man in this continuity, he is getting attacked by the Spider-Man 20... Oh, I cannot remember what it is. Spider-Man 20... I keep wanting to say 2042, but that's because that new Battlefield game came out. I can't remember, but there's like a future Spider-Man called Miguel O'Hara, and he, for some reason, is attacking our Miles Morales, and they're fighting like across timelines. It looks very cool. Definitely check that out. Next trailer, Peacemaker. Another trailer for the Peacemaker series based on the character from the latest Suicide Squad is coming out. Now, I just watched this with Fee, probably about 5 minutes ago, and really, we were laughing throughout the trailer. Big fan of John Cena in recent years, especially when he's doing like his comedy thing. Really good. It just looks good. It looks like they're sort of trying to build a bit of a redemption arc for that character, because if you haven't seen the Suicide Squad film, he's a dick. Like, he's not a nice guy at all. He's funny, but he's not a nice guy. So it feels like they're trying to bring him back, and they show that in this trailer. There's a scene when someone is like, Peacemaker, kill this guy, and he's like, but there are children there, and the guy's like, yeah, kill the children, and you see his like hand basically like shaking on the gun, like he can't do it, and usually he can. His whole thing is that he's just a stone cold killer. He doesn't have any powers. He just loves peace, and he will get peace with a revolver or something. That's his thing. But yeah, Peacemaker looks good. It's coming out on HBO Max, sort of mid to late January, I believe. So keep an eye on that one. Moving on to video game news now, and this is the last section on this thing before we get into the interview with 7thrty. There is a brand new Warzone map out today for me. So it's already come out at this point for you guys listening. It's called Warzone Pacific. Let me know what you think of it. I currently have it installing, and it's going to take a little while, so I probably won't be able to play it until tomorrow, unfortunately. But it looks pretty good. I'm speaking to Mr. Callum Hamby, and he's telling me that it's very cool. It looks very bright, and the gameplay is good. Although he is having trouble actually loading the game, which kind of sucks. But Warzone is out. You know what else is out today? Halo 5, the campaign came out today. I too have that. I also have that installing. I am really looking forward to playing that. Probably won't get to play it until the weekend. But for everyone listening, I don't know if you've watched IGN's review. That came out the other day. They gave it a 9 out of 10. So I think it's supposed to be pretty good. A whole new thing. They're going like open world with this one as opposed to like slow story. It's sort of here you go, which I do like, but I don't like in some circumstances. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Last little bit of news now. PlayStation have announced that they are going to be doing a games subscription service. Now, it's got a pretty weird name. See what you think of this. It's called PlayStation Spartacus. Now, this is obviously like a working title. I doubt that it will be called that. But I've spent the last sort of day or so since they announced it trying to figure out why they would call it Spartacus. Seems like a bit of a weird thing to call it. The only thing I can think of is that in the Spartacus film and the TV show and that, there's a scene where it's like, you know, which one of you Spartacus? And everyone is coming forward and they're like, I'm Spartacus, I'm Spartacus. So I'm thinking that maybe they're thinking that, like it's going to have loads of games. Like all these games stepping forward. However, I listened to a different podcast, as I've mentioned before, the What Culture Gaming podcast. A guy on there called Scott Tailford. And if you're listening to this but you're not listening to the What Culture Gaming podcast, I really recommend it because it is very good. So this guy Scott Tailford has done his research and he says that he doesn't know whether it's going to be like a new game service, like what Game Pass is, so bringing games to you day one releases, or whether it's going to be like a catalogue of old games. It seems like that's probably more likely because PlayStation's whole thing is that they want you to pay like £70 for a new game. So we're just going to have to wait to see what happens with that one. As I said, a bit of a weird name. Can't really work that one out. Well, everyone, I'm sorry if I've blasted through that a bit quick. As I said, and as you've probably heard, I'm not that well. I'm still not very well. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's not COVID, but it's a big, long cold. Anyway, now, it's the reason why we are here, really. It's the big finale to Dude What of the Year. It's another little chat with my good friend Mr. 7thrty. So we're going to jump straight over to that now. See you in a second. And we're back, everybody. I'm joined by my good friend Mr. 7thrty. How the hell are you doing, bro?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you very much. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. As I said in the first half of this podcast to everyone, I'm ill, man. I'm still really ill. I've been fighting this gnarly cold for like a few weeks. Not COVID or anything, but yeah, just a gnarly cold.
I've had a cold for so long now. I've had like such a bad blocked nose for so long. It's really getting annoying.
Well, it's the same as me, dude. Like, so I've just done. For our listeners, this is going to be one big episode, but I've pre-recorded the sort of the news for this week because of our schedules sort of not working out so well this week. So, and I've listened back to a bit, and I sound awful. I genuinely sound like, you know, like one of those like comedy sketches where someone's got their nose pinched and they're like, hello, you know. I genuinely sound like that. So I do apologise to everyone for how I sound. It doesn't help as well that my air quote studio is the room that the cat spends most of her time in, and I'm allergic to cats. So like, it attacks me. So you'll hear throughout this little segment. I'm going to sound more and more sort of blocked as we go on. Anyway, man, so getting into the meat of this little thing, it's great to have you back. You are on the final episode of Harry's Half Hour for 2021. How does that feel?
It feels really good, actually. It's quite a big thing to be on the final episode. It's the 8th of December today, so... Yeah. It's good.
So we've got you on for a few reasons. One of the reasons is we are going to have a little bit of a chat about your upcoming single, which on the day that this episode comes out, your single comes out at the same time.
Yeah.
We're going to have a chat about that, and also the last time you were on, which was probably about 2 weeks ago.
Something like that, yeah.
yeah, we did like we threw the question out there to like your fans and my fans, to do like hey, let's ask 7thrty something. And although like to be fair, you're bigger than we are. You're a bigger musician than we are as a podcast. Yeah, man. Like
it's easier to get more plays and stuff as a musician as a podcast. Well,
yeah, but yeah, we're a small podcast, and we obviously didn't get a huge response, but we got a few questions.
Really?
So yeah, we did actually. Yeah, we got a few questions.
Really we didn't hear them.
Yeah, we didn't get any of the speak pipes, any of the audio like file questions, unfortunately, which would have been cool. But we did have a few people send in a few sort of random questions.
That's really cool.
So, what do you want to do first, man? Do you want to have a bit of a chat about your upcoming single, or do you want to jump straight into these questions? What do you want to do?
You might as well do the single first, to be honest.
Okay, all right, man. So, it comes out on the 10th, which is the day that this episode also comes out. So if you're listening to this, make sure you jump on over to 7thrty's
please do,
Spotify or whatnot, and give that track a listen to. What's it called, man?
Falling Out is what it's called.
Falling Out.
Falling Out.
Yeah, that's what I said, bro.
Oh, I thought you said falling.
What's it about? What genre is it? What can we expect? Because I haven't heard anything of this one yet.
Have you not? I think you have, because you were annoyed at the woes at the start.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
It's not. I don't really have a meaning towards it myself, to be honest. Again, but with the genre, I don't know. The beat itself was named. I think it was punk rock, actually. No, pop punk.
Okay.
It was like a 24K Golden / Ian Dior type beat.
Right.
Myself, I'd probably say it's quite a hard guitar. I think you've heard of it. You played it on your guitar.
Yeah. So I do remember it now. Is this the one that you said you were actually very proud of?
I think so. Yeah, I do. I think that is the one you're on about.
Yeah, this is I've heard sort of I don't think it was fully mastered or something when I heard it.
I don't think so.
I think I've heard like sort of bits of it, and it does sound good, man. Sorry, carry on.
I've got a good way for you to remember what it was. It was almost the woes. It was like a nah star.
Yeah. So, excuse me. Oh, it's got me coughing there. So for everyone listening, we've said before in previous podcasts that you basically send me sometimes like unfinished bits, or you're like, hey, before it's come out, you're like, what do you think of this, man? Like, and you basically have a new producer, I think, or you've updated your style. And one thing that you do a lot, which to be fair, like it's not just something you do. It's common in that sort of music. But there's a lot of whoas and things in there.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. But you do it quite a lot, and it's not a bad thing. You do it quite a lot, and the sort of in joke there is that I'm always like, what's with these woes, man?
Yeah. I do use them quite a lot, I gotta be honest. They're always at the start of a song.
They're always at the start.
They're always there. I've got there's a new song called, what is it called? I think it's called Paradise. I think they're at the start of that as well, and Memories. I think they're at the start of literally every song, so.
Yeah, man. Well, it's your song, bro, and like, they're good songs. I sent you a little video, just jumping off on a tangent for a sec. I sent you a little video the other day of like a screen recording on my phone of me basically. I've listened through your album twice now, and I haven't added the whole thing to my playlist. It's not quite good. No, it's good, right? But what I've done is I've added a couple of tracks individually to my big playlist. The one that I didn't hear until it came out is actually apart from Love Train, obviously,
Yeah.
The one that I didn't hear beforehand is my favourite one, and I cannot remember what it is called. I know which one it is. Go on.
Same Energy by any chance?
Same Energy, dude. That's a really good track. No.
How do you like that? That's
she
like
takes drugs,
opposite.
sipping on a Hennessy.
That's the opposite of your music.
I know, but it's good. It's got a good beat.
Further off.
I listened to it with to be fair, I haven't listened to him with these beastie headphones on. I listened to him with my little in-ear pods, and the the bass was like rattling my teeth. It was good. I like it, man. It's got a good sound. The vocal line is good. It's like a bouncy track. It's a good track, man. Like well done. Like I like it. It's a really good track. Like she takes drugs and sips on the Hennessy or something. That's a lyric.
Once again, I don't relate to that at all. My girlfriend does not take drugs or sip on Hennessy. So an American Hennessy is more American anyway. So
I couldn't even tell you what it is.
I don't really know what it is myself. I know it's some sort of alcohol, but I don't really know.
Yeah. No, it's good, man. It's good. I mean, take those whoa whoa whoas out at the beginning, and you've got a perfect song, bro. But so jumping back to this new one, why wasn't this on the album then? Because your album's only been out for 3 weeks, something like that.
There's not really an explanation towards it. It's I thought like it would be if it was in the album, all the tracks get focused on. It basically like say it's like 100% focus rate. There's like 10 songs. Every single track gets about 10% focus rate, if that makes sense. Yeah. So all the songs get somewhat of like a people listen to it and they don't really fully listen to it. However, if you drop a single, all the focus goes to that single instead. So I feel like it'd be better to be a single instead of being in the album.
Okay, so it's like tactical.
I guess,
so, did you have this song... Was this song written at the same time as the others, or is this a brand new written after the album?
It would have been if I didn't think about me and my producer will talk about it. If I didn't think about it being more tactical, as you said, it would have been in the album. But I thought it'd be better to drop it as a single.
Yeah. No, it's clever, man. Like, so I think we had a conversation that was similar about this, where I was saying it doesn't happen so much nowadays, but in the olden days, no, not in the olden days. A few years back, basically, what a band would do is they would release a single with 2 tracks on it. They would be on the album. Then the album would come out. Then they would release another single with 2 tracks on it, but those tracks are on the album. So it's like, hang on, that's out. Why are you releasing it on a single as well? Yeah. But yeah, it's to draw attention, like you were saying, to those specific tracks. It's clever, man. I mean, if you think it's a strong track, you want all the attention on that track.
Yeah.
No, fair play, man, fair play. So what's it called again?
Falling Out.
And it's available to listen to at the time of this right now?
If it drops on the 10th, it'll be on the 10th at 12 a.m, I believe.
Nice one. Well, these episodes always come out, they always come out at like 7 in the morning. Because I keep them saved. I usually do a final edit most of the time like the night before. And then because I'm an early bird, I get up at like 6 in the morning, sometimes earlier, and I always drop it then and there. Because for some reason, when you upload something to Spotify, it takes like 40 minutes or so to actually come on Spotify for like Spotify everyone to listen to.
For me too.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I have just remembered something that I haven't mentioned in the first half of this pod, and I'm going to mention it now because I don't want to forget about it, and then we'll come back to you and we'll come back to the questions. But I'm so glad I've just remembered it. So, DudeWutPodcast, we've signed up for this website called Buy Me a Coffee. Have you heard of this one, man?
I've heard of that, yeah. I've seen a lot of people do it. Well, a few people.
Yeah. So, this podcast it's run by a couple of guys, and we both work full time, but we don't put any money into this podcast. Basically, we put a bit of money in to start with to get the intros and get the bit of music and stuff like that. But everything else is done, like as and when we can afford it, basically. And so for a while, I've been thinking about doing like a Patreon-y sort of thing, but like, we don't really have anything to offer. Like on Patreon, you pay monthly to someone and they'll give you like merch or something like that. We don't really have anything to offer, and I don't like asking for charity and stuff. Like I won't ask for help, right? But we've signed up for this website called Buy Me a Coffee, and basically, if you go onto that site, and I'll link it in the description for this, you have the option to basically just throw £1 at us if you're feeling like it. I've taken it right down. It started with like £25. I'm like, I don't want people to be
Yeah,
trying to give me
donation,
£25.
really.
Yeah. So I've taken it down to £1. You can up it to £5 if you want, but it's £1. If you've got £1 and you like this podcast, we would actually genuinely really appreciate it if you just threw £1 at us.
Yeah.
Because what we're going to do with that is basically just save it and get some better equipment, get some better stuff. Because, you know, like, everything I'm using to record this right now, apart from my computer, was yours, man, that you've, like, lent me.
I had a blue snowball.
Yeah,
I
it's
give
right
you
there.
that
You
pop
can
filter.
see it. Oh, no, you didn't give me the pop filter, actually. No, I had that. But yeah, so... Or you can do a monthly membership to Dude What, and that's £2 a month. And unfortunately, at the moment, we can't really offer anything other than, like... excuse me. If you do this monthly membership, you have the opportunity to send us like topics of conversation and stuff like that. And obviously, being a member, we'll listen to you basically, and we'll talk about.
There's only one thing I can think of.
What's that?
I mean, even though you pre-record it, you know when you were doing like massive pre-records, like you were like 5 episodes ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe if you do that again, maybe do it so people get them early. Maybe.
That's what I was thinking. So I was thinking of basically I got some ideas for the new year. I'm not going to go into any of it at all, but I got some ideas for the new year, and I was thinking, like a lot of podcasts when they do the Patreon and stuff like that, they'll do a spin-off. They'll do like a spin-off pod. But I mean, at the moment, Dude What already have like 3 things going on weekly, and they're already like fully released. And I don't want to take something away. I don't want to be like, right, Harry's Half Hour is now only for members or some shit. So if you want to give us £2 a month, that would really help. Alternatively, just it's called Buy Me a Coffee. You literally click to buy me a coffee. Just throw £1 at us if you feel like it, if you enjoy the pod. You totally don't have to. I've just made it just in case. As I say, that was kind of difficult to get through that because I hate feeling like I'm asking for money, I'm not. I don't ask for money, but we want to make this a decent, like a really decent podcast, the best it can be, and it's tricky at the moment.
Yeah.
So buy me a coffee. Do what podcast? Buy me a coffee. Throw £1 straight at my forehead.
If I could do that, I'd be donating a lot more than £1.
Buy me a coffee, bro. All right, man. So, okay. How about? So we've talked about your single. It's called Falling Out. Comes out on the 10th. Comes out the same day as this. Looking forward to listening to it, bro. Looking forward to blasting it at like 2 a.m. in my kitchen while I've had a few beers. Do you see that video I sent you?
I did. That was hilarious.
Yeah. It
was absolutely hilarious.
I've watched that a few times. I think I don't think I could bring myself to say like it's really good, and I just went, it's not shit, or something like that.
It was like it's what did you say? It doesn't suck. I think that's what.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, doesn't suck, man. Yeah. That was a lot of beers.
Yeah, it looked like it. It definitely looked like it.
That was like a 3-day hangover.
It was the
or something.
dance, man. That was hilarious. The dance, the hand movements were just the best.
Yeah, I've watched it back. I thought that was pretty good. Like, man.
The dance to it. Yeah, very good that was.
Yeah, because it's synced with the music, man. It was good. I basically, as you'll have heard in a previous pod, I had a lot to drink the one night, and me and Fee did. I've already spoken about it. But yeah, I ended up texting 7thrty like loads of gibberish text messages and sent him a video of myself dancing to one of his songs in my kitchen. But yeah, so I said we had some questions, and we've had 4 questions.
I'm still really happy about that amount, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair, I am as well, because when I always say, every week, if you listen to this pod, you'll probably have heard me say, voice message, send us a voice message, blah, blah, blah. You're probably thinking, well, 30 episodes in, and we haven't heard any of these voice messages. I'll be honest, we don't get any. But we're a really small pod, they will come.
Oh, yeah.
We do have emails. We do have emails come through, but they're never really like... It's never been like this situation where I've asked for a question. I've sometimes said, let me know what you think of some things, and sometimes they're just not worthy to sort of read. Not worthy, but not okay to read out loud.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got some questions. First question is from Rebecca, bro. I don't know if you know Rebecca. Rebecca is asking...
I can't say I know Rebecca, but yeah.
She's probably one of your fans. I reckon all these people are your fans, not our fans, dude.
You never know. I mean, I don't know Rebecca.
Rebecca is asking, why 7:30? Is that like your favourite time?
Well, a lot of people actually think that. I mean, you actually used to say because it was when we started work at 7:30.
Yeah.
But no, that definitely is not the meaning. Basically, it was because me and my girlfriend got together on the 30th of July 2019. So if you think about obviously the 7th month.
Yeah.
The 30th of July, so yeah, 7:30. That's where it came from.
Oh, okay. Because like it, I think it reads when you look at it. Yeah, it reads as a time, not a date. Yep, I know.
But
no, okay, that's cool. I like how it's got that sort of meaning to it. I thought for a sec that you were just going to say like, I don't know. Like, no, I mean, one of the jokes when you started is I was calling you like 6:45.
Yep, 6:45 and 7:31, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good answer, man. That's a really good answer. Like, I think you may have told me that, but it was so long ago. I don't remember. I thought it was going to be something to do with like legit a time of day, because as I said, I'm a morning person, and 7:30 is a great time in the morning, in my opinion.
I mean,
yeah, especially if you're out and about. Like I currently I leave for work at like 8 o'clock. I'm currently cycling for like an hour to get to work, but I cycle along really nice canals and things, and like, you know, it's quite nice. Quite nice being out that early in the morning.
To be honest, back at my old workplace, whenever I went out for a break, because I started 6, whenever I went out for the break, I really did like, it was like the lighting. It was like, it wasn't bright, but it wasn't dark. It was like it was a nice weather, to be honest, as well, because it was like I said, it wasn't dark, it wasn't light, and it wasn't cold, it wasn't warm. It was good. It was quite a nice.
It's nice, isn't it? When we used to work together, winter months when I cycled, it would take 2 hours, and I'd leave at like about 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, and yeah, it would be like horrible and pitch black by the time I left. But there would be a certain point on the cycle where it would just light up a little bit, and yeah, it genuinely was like a magical time in the morning. And even if I was having a shit day, I was like, yeah, this is nice, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question, dude. This is from Callum. This one says, "Why are you upset?"
These questions.
You know Callum.
I do know Callum. I don't know if it is that Callum. He's not told me he's put through a question, but if it is,
well, it's just why are you upset? You are upset.
I can only assume he's referring to my song "I'm Upset" with that T-Crow guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I am not upset. That is how it is. I am not upset. It was just like a lot of my other singles. It's just lyrics. It's just how it is. Yeah. To answer your question, I'm not upset. I'm not laughing about it for people being upset, but I'm just
good.
You know what I mean?
Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Yeah, I saw that, and I like, as I said, I didn't pick and choose from these questions. These were like the only 4 questions we had. But yeah, I read it and I was like, what? Why are you upset? Like, maybe it's something you've posted on Instagram, or you put a post out. And you've dyed your hair black. Maybe people think you're in this new like edgy mood. Your hair's looking pretty long, to be fair, actually, bro. I've only just noticed.
Is. I'm really not liking it right now. I really want to get it cut.
I need to give mine an old
I hate going to barbers, though. They always mess it up if I go to a barber's. Yeah.
Shave it off, bro.
No way. I'd hate to be bald. I'm not. No disrespect to any bald people, but I just want to like it myself.
Okay, so that explains that one. Right. Third question is from Tom, and it says, Harry hasn't asked you about equipment. What equipment do you use?
Very good question. So, for my mic, which you can be speaking on right now, I use a Audio-Technica AT2020, which is shortly about to be upgraded to a... what is the brand? It's SE Electronics, I think. In
So hang on, go back to that. Go back to that mic a sec. What mic was that again?
the Audio Technica 80 2020.
I genuinely do not know what that is.
It's a really good starter bike. It's about £100, which you think is quite expensive. However, as you can tell, if I get it really close to it and speak directly into the phone, you could probably tell my mic it's sounding a lot better right now because I'm speaking into the phone. However, it's a really good mic for probably podcasts. Probably good for podcasts.
Yeah.
But it's quite a high frequency, I believe, so it picks up stuff really well. But for Christmas, I have asked for a SE Electronics X1A. It's like a sort of condenser mic, which is this this is one I'm using right now. It's a condenser mic as well, I think. But yeah, it's I've looked at really a load of reviews. It sounded really good. So, and
cool.
You know, 888 cores.
Yes, I do.
That is the mic. Yes, I do. That is the mic he uses. So.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So you're giving that one to me, aren't you?
Yeah, of course, yeah, for free.
Yeah. For free, obviously, yeah. I'm not paying.
So that's the mic. I use. It's not the best brand. I had a mic from them ages ago. It's called Toner. You might have seen about Toner. TONOR. You might have seen it when you've been looking for a mic or a mic stand.
Maybe I can't remember. Off the top of my head.
It's called. It's like a 360 foam sort of thing, which you can see right now. It's this thing. Basically, it just
so I did wonder what that was. It's like, what's that casing you've got around that?
It's a foam ball. If you could see it from my angle right now, it's just full of triangular foam. So as I speak into the mic, my voice goes like around the mic, bounces off the foam and back into the mic, basically.
Oh, okay.
And there's also bits of like other bits of foam on the side, and it blocks out like noises. So like my PC fans, even though with my PC fans, I just jam like a cable tie into the fans and they shut up. So that's what I use. That I use like a normal pop filter.
Yeah, when you told me you did that, because you've done that before, I was like, what? What are you doing? What? Jamming a cable tie into your is your fan? Is that safe?
Well, the PC might not like it, but it helps. It might get a little bit hot, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? It'll be fine. But yeah, from the mic that goes into an audio interface, which I use the Behringer. I don't know how you pronounce it. Behringer. Yep. The Euphoria UMC22. Once again, it's quite a starter sort of audio interface. It isn't the best.
To be honest, Behringer is it's got like a bad rep because it's like competitive priced. Behringer is very good equipment. I've got a Behringer huge bass amp, and I've got a few Behringer effects and things like that. Behringer's a good brand, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know what to compare it to, but it's got like the gain where I can turn my mic up and down, which is just it's helpful as hell. It's got like the input for, is it 6.5mm jack? I think it's 6.5mm.
6.5.
Yeah, it's for headphones. It's like the bigger one, so you can plug it into like a bigger interface. I wonder if I can.
Oh, okay. So I think back in my day, that's, you know, you've got the 3.5, which is the small one. That's just called a jack.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think
it's
it's 6.5mm, but jack then, yeah. So that goes into the AC22.
I get you.
Yeah. Where does that go? I guess that goes straight to my PC. I don't know if you want me to go in depth.
So
what
are you what? No, not PC specs, but what program do you use to record?
Yeah, so it goes from, first of all, I put the beat into Audacity because it's free, it's good, it's simple. So I put
Audacity's
the beat into Audacity. Great. Yeah. I put like quite a few like lines of like, I don't know, like a verse, a hook, which is the chorus, just stuff like that. I record them separately.
Yeah. Okay.
And then once I've done all that, I just slap it into FL Studio, get them all in the right like timestamps and stuff. So get the hook in the right place, the verse in the right place, the ad libs, the ambient ad libs, the harmonies, everything like that. Put that all in place, send it off. Well, put it into a folder. Put it to Dropbox, send it off to my producers or producer, it depends. And I get it mixed from there. Ask if they like do a few revisions on it, like change it up. They use FL Studio as well, both of them, I think. And just it goes from there, really.
Cool. That sounds cool, man. I mean, yeah, like looking at because I can see some of your equipment on the screen right now. It looks like a very cool setup, dude.
Cheers. I just picked up a pair of headphones, which I absolutely love. They're
yeah.
Beyerdynamics DT770 Pros. They are honestly I used to use a pair of Razer Kraken X, I think, or just Razer Krakens. They're just a little gaming headset, but this one, the difference is it's a little difference, but it's a big difference at the same time.
Okay, cool. Man, like that was a lot of excuse me. That was a lot of numbers, a lot of specs. But no, yeah, thanks for going like proper in depth on that. Is that interesting stuff? Last question, dude. Last question, if you're ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, this person didn't leave a name. I obviously have their email address, but I'm not going to say it because I assume that because they didn't leave a name, it's anonymous. So, this is by Anonymous, and it just says, fave food, fave drink, ?
Well, to be honest, their favourite food is going to be quite hard.
It's quite nice to have a question that actually isn't related to anything, really. That's a random question.
Yeah, it is nice, actually. Well, for a favourite food, right, just to start it off, I love chicken, like chicken strips, chicken bites, anything from the KFC Watch Chicken. It's just amazing. Chicken selects, chicken nuggets, everything chicken is just the best.
Are you saying it's the best? As in the best meat?
Oh, I love kebab. Like, there's a kebab and pizza house right by me. I think you went there actually when you crashed.
Yeah, I did.
That place. They do a chef special kebab. Oh my!
I've heard you talk about that chef special before.
It's £13.80, but it's worth every penny. It's so good. But either chicken nuggets or fillets or selects or anything like that, or the chef special kebab. They're amazing.
Okay, so a chef special kebab. Tell us what's in it, and then I guess is your fave drink come with the? Is that a two-parter, or is your fave drink something you get from somewhere else?
It's what I get from something else. But for the kebab, you gotta have. It's just got like every single bit of meat you can think of. What is it? Kofta kebab, shish kebab, doner kebab. What else is there?
I don't know, kebab. Man. I haven't had a chef special.
It's basically got all the kebabs.
You got some of the chicken off the spit on there as well, I imagine.
Oh yeah, and all the salads, like the
nice.
All that sort of stuff. Yeah.
So does this come with chips, or is this in a
It comes
pitta?
in a pitta, which
nice.
You gotta have the mint sauce on. Sometimes mint yogurt, but other times normal mint sauce. However, if not, actually, what sauce would you go for if you were kebab?
I am a 2-sauce man. It's got to be hot chili garlic mayo.
I might have to try that. That does sound really good.
Yeah, hot chili garlic mayo every time.
All right, I'm gonna have to try that next time. Definitely.
Yeah. I know that Fee likes the mint sauce. If she has anything that's got lamb in it, she likes the mint sauce on it or the mint yogurt. But I gotta have I've got to have the hot chili. Gotta be. And sometimes the hot chili is a bit too much, so the garlic mayo is like complements that, cools it down a little bit, but also is a bit more interesting than like plain mayo.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a chef special kebab from your favourite kebab house. What is your favourite drink?
Right, it is actually discontinued now. It was a Lucozade.
I know what you're going to say. Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
It was so good. It was a Lucozade Graffiti when I was back in school. It was honestly the best drink I have ever drank. But when he said favourite food and drink, I assume he was just sticking with just normal food, and then I don't know if he was assuming about alcoholic drinks, but I was just going to say them separate.
Any sort of drink.
Yeah, definitely Graffiti. But because it discontinued, I'm probably going to say I really like Monsters. My favourite Monster is... You're going to hate me. Actually, no. I don't know if it's going to be Mango Loco or it's going to be... I really like the Ultra Fiesta. I like all of them.
Okay, they're the same. They're the same, though. I'll count those as basically the same.
Besides the Mule. I don't like the Mule. That's the ginger one.
So, me and you... I've liked Monster for a long time. I used to drink them loads as a kid, and I've cut back massively. I had a Monster today, bro, and it's the first time I've had one in about 3 weeks.
I've literally had one every single day.
Oh my god!
I'll work. Well, probably not every single day, but
I genuinely can't. Like, if I have an energy drink now, it's a Boost or it's an Emerge 29p can. Like, I cannot afford anything more than that. So
coffee.
We're without saying exactly when, but we're around my birthday, so I was like, I'm treating myself. I'm getting a Mango Loco, and I definitely enjoyed it. It was.
I bet you loved it, yeah.
Yeah, because we used to get them all the time at my last work.
Yep.
And we would like try all the different ones when they brought them out. And you'd even buy the like ridiculously expensive like American imported ones from like shops and stuff local to us.
Had to.
All right, man. So you're saying?
Wait.
Yeah.
I forgot Mountain Dew existed. There's a Mountain Dew. It's like a sort of sky blue, like light blue sort of can.
Yeah,
I think it's got a shark on it. I don't know if it's called Voltage or something like that. But any of the Mountain Dews, absolutely amazing. I'm kind of sick of the citrus one now, the green one. I've had it so many times, but all the other flavours are just...
They are unbelievably bad for you, though, bro.
I know.
They
a
are
bottle of Mountain Dew
full of sugar.
has 60 grams of sugars in.
That's ridiculous.
That's why I try to go for the sugar-free.
Yeah, defo. Mate, that was the last question. We don't have any more. We only got 4 questions. If you're listening to this and you want to send a question in, send some more questions
Please
in.
Do.
Because,
it's been really cool.
Yeah, like we can always, we're going to have you back. I'm hoping you'll become maybe a bit of a regular guest. Sorry, my cat has just ran into the room and is now looking at me like I owe him money or something. So yeah, like whenever you're on, if we've got questions for you, we'll ask them. So,
please do,
bro. I think we should wrap it up here, if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
It's been a really great episode. It's been great to have you back, man, and it's been a really good way to round out this season of DudeWutPodcast, of Harry's Half Hour. I think we have one more live stream left, and it comes out the day this pod comes out, so Friday. We'll be doing a live stream, and then we are finishing for the year, and we're coming back early next year. So it's been great to have you here as it ends for its first year now.
I've been really happy to come on every single time. How many times have I came on now?
This is like the 4th. Third or fourth time.
Yeah.
Probably 4th.
I'm really happy to come on every time. It's gives me something to do. So, and it's nice like speaking to people, especially with these new questions. I'm really happy to answer them. So yeah.
Well, I enjoy it because I can speak to you about more in depthly about music than I can with say other people. Like I've got other guests on that are that know more about like video games or like movies but you are like the music, and you're like the sort of you're obviously younger than me. You're like more in touch with music today than like I am. Like it's always interesting to hear what you think about something, or what you have to say about sort of modern music. So yeah, man, really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Everyone, I hope you have a really great Christmas and a really cool New Year. I have been your host, Harry Dowling, through this all. I'm joined with my good friend, Mr. 7thrty, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you next year.
Yeah, see you next year, everyone.
See you later, everybody. Take it easy.
Take it easy.